as we just talked about last lesson, we were looking at posture. For me, I would say it's certainly better. There's obviously still a little bit of tweaking and improvement to be done with that, but it's sort of steady progress. There's no point going from where you were and then going boom straight to, because even this change you're making now that's slightly improving, it still feels a little bit, as you said, a bit mechanical, a bit sort of manufactured. Okay, if we can try and go through the sequence of setup that involves club down first, then gripping it, and then setting your feet, we are going to get in a much more consistent position, and hopefully it's not going to feel so much sort of like a mechanical position there where you're putting your feet down first and then trying to guess where the ball's going to go. Okay, now in terms of the grip, as we said, there was your right hand grip, so your fingers sort of wrapping over the top there. There's your grip now. Hopefully you can see quite exactly, you can see that quite clearly. Your right hand now, thumb is much more on top,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a much more sort of palms facing sort of down as they would do, hanging from your shoulders, as opposed to if we sort of take a point there, your palms kind of facing sort of over there somewhere, where that one now is facing more down towards your sort of left knee.
That's quite significant.
Much more neutral grip, okay, which is a good position. Okay, so that's kind of there. You can screen grab that position, so when you look in the mirror, that's kind of what you're looking for. Okay, as a guide for you, the little V that your thumb and forefinger make kind of goes up towards your right shoulder. Basically, if you track your right thumb, it goes up towards your right shoulder. Here, you can't even see your right thumb, and your right thumb sort of round the side there, sort of going out towards your right hip, okay? So with that in mind now, going through that sequence of club first, getting that grip, and then the posture tilt. Then you put your feet apart as you are here now. And what we'll see in these different swings, just by the adjustment and the grip there, okay, same good backswing now, nice turn of the shoulders in both these, and nothing's really looking different from here, okay? In the past though, when you hit a golf ball that went whoosh way to the left, you often then swung it way out to the right, which caused the club to bottom out a little bit early and maybe top the ball, and then you swing up and out, which might give the impression that your head is lifting, but it's not your head independently bobbing up and down on the shoulders, it's just your body rising up. Okay, so be careful when you say that head lifting, okay? If we look at this movement through impact here now as you come through, this is the one that went way left, okay? I'm going to do some sort of points here now as we swing through, okay? As you get to about here, okay? Look at where your right arm is there, kind of the same position, about a bit low down there, okay? About there. Look how much the club now is more towards target, where that one is a bit more up there, where you just sort of flipped it. And that's just purely your right hand doing this more. Because the more underneath your right hand is, the more you can sort of roll that club as you go through. If we go back a couple of frames here now, we can see that sort of flicking of the club here now. If we go back down here, same position, the club now is more in the line there. That arm is down there, I think, and the club now is out there. So it's just more flick with that right hand, which will cause that club face to close up too much. And as we said, that's going to be the one you're going to get that's going to send the golf ball way to the left. And because of that, you then made sort of the conscious or unconscious adjustment.
It was completely unconscious.
More often than not, it is, to be fair. But I mean, if you stood on a driving range, okay, right, and someone said to you, right, you've hit 10 balls left, you're standing, I don't want to go to the left. The logical change that most people would make, either they'll aim their feet off to the right more, which people tend to do, so they'll just keep moving their body round, or they'll just try and swing their arms further to the right. Consciously or not, they'll be making that adjustment, okay? Unfortunately, as we said, with that circle, we sort of saw that where we changed the direction the circle comes from, it changed the low point. And if the low point, therefore, gets behind the golf ball back here, okay, if your club's hitting the ground back here, you're going to fat the ball in the winter, or thin it, or hit just that big hook. Because the ones that went straight left are pretty good strikes, weren't they? You just rotate through 11, which the problem is they're just a powerful shot. The club face is like 20.
But then there was a couple that went
exactly like 20 degrees close. So the feeling's going to be now we're going to be swinging more towards target. That movement there now, you actually look at that swing. I actually like to show to a lot of people, they actually look at their swing, because people well, their swing doesn't look so good, okay? We just look at your swing on the right hand side. Now go back a little frame or two. Just on the right hand side now, kind of full motion. Good movement there. Nice and smooth, nice and rhythmical, nice and balanced, which is the key thing for me, okay? There's no sort of flick or twitch on it, okay? It's a smooth, rhythmical movement. Club is nice and square because that grip is certainly better. We can now control that club back to the golf ball, creating a much more squarer club face. And that's going to be the key things. If you start hooking a few shots way left, just check that grip, okay? You may have gone back into old habits of the fingers sort of wrapping over the top, and probably that's the case in point. If you're starting to ball a few balls out to the right, as the last one did, if they're straight right, it's just a path issue. We've got to get that club swinging around more to the left, which is something you probably feared doing in the past, because of the hooky one, we don't want to swing around to the left if the ball's going left, is it? So,
no.
Okay. Does that make sense then?
Yeah, that's
good
really
stuff.